Why do we call the alphabet characters? Because A is always A, B is B at 3 a.m. in the afternoon. C is still C, whether it's in Asia, America, or in Brazil. It doesn't change. That's why we call them characters. Why do we call numbers characters? Because 1 is always 1 and 10 is always 10, whether you are using it in the night or the day. This character, it doesn't change. Why do we call statues characters? Because like Victoria, no matter what happens around them, they never change. Why do we call principles characters? Because principles are laws. They never change. One of the secrets to my success is that I only teach principles. You can never disagree with the principle. You can ignore it, you can hate it, but you can never disagree with it. For example, gravity is a principle. You can fast and speak in tongues, but if you jump off a building, you're gonna die. Why? You are violating this principle. Characters, that's why a person with character does not live on what's popular. They live on with his principle. And this is why it's very difficult for politicians to have character, because politics is based on popularity, which means you will literally sacrifice your principles to protect your popularity, which cancels your character, which means you cannot be trusted. My question is, how often do you change? Are you the same person all the time? Are you consistent? Are you predictable? Leaders must have character. People will not follow you if they don't trust you. So, character attracts loyalty. I want to give a few more definitions of character for you to understand how serious it is. First of all, character is a commitment to a set of values without compromise. What are values? Values are things you value, that's all, not complicated. For example, if you value your marriage vow, you will never commit adultery. So when a person commits adultery, they don't value their marriage nor their marriage vows. So you can't respect them, and they lose the trust of their spouse and their children, and even their in-laws, and perhaps even the church. See, your values will protect you. Secondly, character is the dedication to a set of standards without wavering. What are your standards that you've set for your life? My standards produce my character. I will never violate my standards. You've got to say that every day. There's no excuse in life for breaking your standards. You know, I've heard business people say, and I talk to them, in some of my business dealings and my negotiations for business investments, I separate people. Many people come to me, they want to do business with me and they want me to invest in their companies. And, you know, I do a lot of this stuff. And I hear people say sometimes, honesty is my best policy. Now, whenever you tell me that, I do what David did. Honesty should never be your best policy. Never. Because best policy means I have second best, third best, fourth best, fifth best. I can't trust you. You have no character. A person of character would say, honesty is my only policy. Thirdly, character is self-imposed discipline for the sake of moral convictions. That means a person of character doesn't need the police, they police themselves. A question of character locks themselves up in the prison of their own convictions, and they throw away the key. Do you have character? Your future depends on your character, not your charisma. And most leaders, whether they are politicians, preachers, or parents, try to live off their charisma. They try to live up their talent. They try to live up their gifts. Your gifts will never protect you. As a matter of fact, your gift will destroy you, because the only thing that can protect your gift and your talent is your character. 4, character is really what I call a constant effort to integrate your words, your deeds, and your actions as one. Everybody says integrate. The word integrate means to become one. To integrate means what? To become one. So character is when your words, your deeds, and your actions are one. You are not schizophrenic. A person without character will say one thing, do another, and promise something else. So you never know who you're talking to when you're talking to them with no character. Number 5, character is sacrifice for principles. Character means you are willing to sacrifice friendship to protect your principles. Who are you with right now that you shouldn't be with? What are you doing right now in secret that you shouldn't be doing? You are willing to lose your best friend in order to keep your principles. Are you willing to sacrifice that to protect your principles? Unlike this last one, character is simply integrity. Everybody say integrity. Integrity means you are one with yourself. Integrity means that you are one with yourself. Do you know, when I did some research some years ago on the word in the Hebrew for holiness, I discovered that the root word for holy is one. The Hebrew concept of holiness is integrity is one. That means you are one. The number one confession in the Bible about God is, the Lord our God is one. If you were to talk to a Jewish rabbi right now in this city and ask him, when you meet them, ask them, what is the most important confession in the Bible? They will tell you, the Lord our God is one. What does it mean? It means He's holy. What is holy? You are one. Holiness means you are integrated. You are not more than one person. You are not a different person on Monday than you are on Tuesday. You're not a different person in the night at 3 a.m. than you are in the pulpit on Sunday morning. You are one. You are not multi-personality. Stop being a hypocrite. It's a character. The foundation for trust is integrity. When you are one, people will eventually trust you. That means your word is always good. You say what you said, you do what you said, and then you act on what you said. That's holiness. Genesis chapter 1, my favorite verse in the Bible, I talk about it every day, because this verse is a summary of why he was created. It says, and God said, let us make man in our own image. Let us make a species called man out of our own spirit and in our own image, and he will be obviously like us. Now, what's the next statement? Let them have dominion. Image before dominion. Do you remember the definition we gave of character? Do you remember the word image? The word image is the word for character. So every human being was designed to lead. That's what God gave you dominion for. And leadership was never given over people. It was given really in an area of gifting. Everyone in this room was born to lead, but not to lead people. You were born to lead in an area of gifting, and your gifting attracts people. The attraction makes you a leader. So you've been taught that leadership is only for a certain group of people. That's a lie from the pit of hell. He told all of us to have dominion. Everybody is a ruler, but not over people. You were created to have leadership in an area of gifting, and your gift is what makes you valuable to the world. The Bible says your gift makes room for you in the world and will bring you before great kings. Not your education, your gift. That's why most people with PhDs are failures, because you can have a PhD and not know your gift. Most educated people work for people who dropped out of school. Did you know that? Like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, these folks that finished school, but they found their gift. Your gift is when you deploy yourself. You are powerful, but you don't know it, because your culture trains you to get a job, not to find your gift. Your gift is what you want to find. Your gift is your leadership fruit. God made you a leader with a gift. Now that means you were born to dominate in an area of gifting. The character is the very essence of God. That's why the Lord our God is one. So God himself is a character. That's why you can trust him. He never changes. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. The only way to test character is by temptation. The word temptation is not a negative word. Tempt means to test for weakness. That's all it means. You will never, ever have a time in your life when you are free from temptation. Never. So get over it, get used to it. Tempting will constantly be in your life to monitor your character. Your character is as strong as the temptation you fell for. Do you know what made Eve pick the fruit? That was the temptation. So your greatest danger is ignorance of self. You cannot tempt me to be what I know I already am. Number 6, God gave character before power. God created you and you were given the mandate to dominate earth with God's character. You're a king just like your father, but your territory is earth. Therefore, image is the first thing God gave you. And God gave you that because He knew that without character, the power will destroy you. You know, people say power corrupts, and power corrupts absolutely. I used to believe that. That's not true. Power does not corrupt. Power simply reveals corruption. You are already defective. You finally got a chance to show it. Power is pure character. So, the fall of man distorted the image of God. The principal trait of a fallen man is unpredictability. You cannot predict a sinner. You don't know what they're going to do next. Am I right? Some of you all married one of them. You don't know what they're going to do next. Values produce character. So, you've got to get your values right. The most powerful component in leadership is philosophy. Why philosophy? Philosophy is your belief system. Your belief system is a result of the things you value. Whatever you value, you believe in. Your belief system produces your values, and your values produce your morals. So, morality is really a product of your values. If I value my marriage vow, then morally I will be faithful to my wife. And then when my morals are in place, morals inform ethics. So it is unethical for me to sleep with another woman. Why? Because my morals dictate that I cannot violate my values. So I protect my character. And if my ethics are in place, my ethics produce my character. And my character becomes my lifestyle. Character and vision. Vision is protected by values. Vision is interpreted by values. And vision and values is the marriage of purpose and principles. Your purpose for your life is your assignment. Your principles protect that assignment. So don't violate your principles. Thank you for listening to this message, as we hope that it has been a blessing to you. Our goal is to show you new paths and opportunities so that you can discover your purpose. Please visit our channel for more videos.